Hi friends, welcome to another Mr. Carrico and Radar production. Okay, what we're going to do today is we're going to use Google Sheets to create our own calculator. So you have already gone to Google Classroom to find the assignment, and you have opened yours, and yours is going to say your name, right, and then my calculator. So I'm just going to put my calculator up here. Calculator. All right, the first thing we're going to start with is we're going to start with addition. So addition has parts to the equation. The first, there are things that you add together. Those are called addends, okay? And then what you get is you get a sum. So if we look at this, 2 plus 1 equals 3. So 2 and 1 are our addends, and 3 is our sum. So when we go back to our calculator, we're going to title our columns, and our columns are A, B, C, D, right? Our rows are 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. And if I want a specific cell, that means one of these boxes, I click in it. Since this box is in column A and 1, it is called cell A1. If I click in this one, this is cell A2, and that'll be important for our formulas. This cell, if I click in it, is B, because it's in the B column, right? 1, because it's in the 1 column, so it is B1. All right, so we're going to put our addends up here. First one goes in A1. Addend. Then we are going to put another title addend in B2. Yeah, actually we're going to change it. We're going to put a plus in here because this is just addition. When we press plus and press enter, we're going to get an error message. It looks like your formula has an error. If you don't want a formula, begin your text with an apostrophe. Okay, what it's looking for is it's looking for a formula, and we don't want a formula here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. Let me press delete or backspace. There we go. I do apostrophe, which is the key right next to the enter key, and then I do the plus. To get plus, I press and hold shift and the plus button. It's up by your delete or backspace. Okay. When I press enter now, I just get the plus symbol, all right, which is what we want. All right, and to make this column a little bit smaller, I can drag this over. So I press and hold, I drag it over. All right, my second addend. So in C1, because I'm in column C, I'm in row 1. So this is C1. I do addend again, A-D-D-E-N-D. All right. Equals, this one's going to be a tricky. I don't want a formula, so I do apostrophe, which is right next to your enter key, and then I press the equals key, which is next to your backspace or your delete key. Remember, I'm on a computer, so it's a little bit different. And the last thing we need is our sum. So in cell E1, so right here, E1, I'm going to put sum. Oops, not sum. All right, now we're ready for our formula. Last thing we're going to do, since this is actually going to be addition, I'm going to come down to this tab right here, and if I two-finger click or right-click, I want to come up to rename. Click on that. It's blue, and now I just type addition. And press enter. Now my tab is called addition. So now I'm ready to use a formula to make a calculator. And this is a little large for me, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hover until I see that arrow. I'm going to drag this over so my equals gets a little bit smaller and my sum goes here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have an addend or a number that we're going to put in A2. Then we are also going to have an addend that we're going to put in C2, and we want the sum in E2. The way we do that is on your keyboard, you will press the equals sign. Now this is going to give us a formula. So we're going to do equals, and that's right next to your back or delete button. And then what do we want to add? We want to add A2. So I come over here and click, or I can just type A2. But when I click, it pops it up. I'm going to do a comma to C2. All right. Now, the last thing I can see is I'm saying, hey, equals, oops, I left one thing out. I need a plus. So A2. Then I do space plus. To get my plus, I press and hold shift, and I find the plus key on my keyboard, which is right next to the delete or backspace. I press that, I get a plus. I press space, and then what do I want to add to it? C2. And I press enter. All right, so right now our calculator should work. Let's check it out. It's saying that A2 plus C2 right now equals 0. So let's check it. I'm going to put my first add-in in here. 1, enter. Look how our sum changed. Ooh, what's 1 plus 2? 3. I press 2. Ooh, it works. One last thing I like to do is, since I've already got this set up, I'm going to drag my plus down. So I make this blue. I grab this little box, drag down. Now I've got a plus. My equal up here as well. I want to have this one down here, so I drag and pull down. And you have just made your calculator. So no matter what number you put in here, so I'm going to delete my add-in 1. I'm going to delete my add-in 2. Let's say 25 plus, right now I've got 0, right? So 25 plus 0 is 25. Let's say 25 and see if it works. It does. Cool. Congratulations. You have just made your own addition calculator.